Okay, so the book is called The Multiply Method, and it's by Sarah Robbins. If you don't know much about her, she's been in the industry forever. She was a teacher. I love teachers, because they explain stuff so easy and like you can just digest what they say so simply. And she was in Rodan and Fields, built, I think, maybe one of the biggest network marketing businesses in all of history of network marketing. She's good, right? And she has systems in place. Anyways, so Jana Dyer had a little thing and invited some of us we could jump on, right, and watch it. And I just loved this is what I love about her. It was simple and there was just a simple system. It's not even like she said anything that I thought, oh, I've never heard this in my life. But the way she did it in such a simple path, it makes it easy. And as we all know, if it's not easy, people won't do it. It's hard because they are confused. And if they're confused, they're not going to move. And if they're not sure that's right or what's the next step, right? Anyway, so I'm just excited to read the book. You can get the book. I mean, I got mine on Amazon and had it in like 2 or 3 days. This is actually a hardcover. I don't know if that's the only way she has them, but chapter 1 is all about, this is what I love about it, prospecting. How do I invite? Who am I inviting and how am I inviting? Now, in the comments, tell me if like, woo, that would be helpful to have more prospects. Anyone? Let me be the first to raise my hand. So that's all about the art of inviting and who to invite and how to invite them. Chapter 2 is presenting. How do I share my business powerfully and professionally? So now you have the prospect. Now, how can I share this with them in a presentation that is easy? Number 3, closing. Conquering the close and common objections. Something I feel like I probably haven't taught well, or even maybe was taught and I just had to learn on my own. There is an art to asking someone if they want to do it. So, how many times have we been in a chat and then you like almost like, hey, just thought I'd check back, and you feel like they ghosted you? Well, maybe it's just simply because at the end of the conversation, we didn't ask, hey, do you want to go ahead and give it a try? And she talked on the recording about how she always tells them, which maybe this is in there, but she always says 2 things. One, I've got a deal for you to create urgency, which, guys, every month we have a deal. Free shipping. We have a product of the month if they spend a certain amount. If they spend a certain amount, they can get a free link, right? So we always have a special that they could urgently get right now. And she always tells them about the guarantee of the company. Because, hey, do you want to try it? Right now, I can offer you free shipping and this free product and this. And also, you have a 45-day money back guarantee. It gives people comfort to say, okay, well, if it doesn't work, I can get my money back. So I thought that was brilliant. Her 4th chapter is fast start, starting new distributors strong every single time. I don't know if I could I'd probably be a billionaire if I got paid $1 every time someone in our company said, I'm not sure how to get other people started. Like if somebody says yes to the business, then I'm kind of like, what do I do? Right? Chapter 5 is events, how you launch a new distributor. Chapter 6, customer acquisition and retention. Like, how do I get my customers and keep my customers? Well, those are really important people in our monthly, right, lives here. Social media that sells. Her social media selling system. She has a system for how she does things on social media. Chapter 8 is leadership systems and duplication. Like that's where she starts talking about let's multiply with the multiply method. 9 is creating team culture, which we all know the community here is awesome. How can we show other people that? What's the glue that holds us together? And then you were made to multiply. That's it. So I was like, this is literally 9 chapters in a book, all topics that I'm like, whoa, this covers it from getting the lead to asking for the sale to how to get a confident customer that reorders, how to help somebody get going. So anyways, it's worth a look. I think we're going to start potentially just the singular like teams are going to come together and start a book club in the beginning of September. So if you do get the book, like let Melissa or Jan know or whatever. And if you want to be a part of that, I think Jana is kind of going to head that up and probably invite a lot of people to, be a part of that or a chapter, and there'll be a lot of discussion. And so might be something fun to do together for 9, probably a chapter a week or something for 9 weeks that really does give us a system for all the things from, building leaders or whatever. So Anyways, that's a plug for that book. Um, I think it will be really powerful. So, everybody here, if I'm understanding right, knows their numbers and wants to go on the trip incentive. Yes? Okay. So, um, don't tell me your actual number. Like, not like I need 353,000. Tell me from July, at the end of July, to what your number was. Let me see if this makes sense. Say in July you had 10,000 and they gave you a number to go on the trip, which was 17,000. Tell me in the comments how many thousand. So if that was me, I would say 7,000. I'm going to need to grow 7,000 points because I ended July at 10. They tell me for whatever trip I'm earning, I needed 17, or I just need 5,000 points for the Sundance, or I need, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 30,000, whatever. So drop in the chat, like how many points. One of the things I love about these trips, I mean, if there's ever been a thing I've been excited about, it's this. And I want to tell you this too. Before I went to Texas, where Robin was hosting, like, Oliver and Sarah. Well, if you don't know, both Rudy and Mary live in Texas. So it makes it pretty easy for them to get to an event for Robin because they can literally get there, in a very short amount of time. So she had called me and said, "Why don't you come? Because they're all going to be here. I'd love to do this with you." Well, so of course I went to, okay, so seventh, man, Kelly, I like nailed yours. 7,000, 4,200, Melissa. So I was like, you know what? What an opportunity to be able to see people who own this company, people who run this company, obviously, work with Robin and everything. And I asked a lot of my leaders, some of which were Jan and Greg and Melissa, hey, if I could be a voice for you and your team, what would you talk to them about? I want you guys to know that Melissa actually, I mean, I'm just going to say, I think she kind of gave the idea for this entire thing. Because when she and I were talking, she said, "Oh my gosh, what if people could feel like, they're going to earn the trip and they're either new or new again, like kind of rebuilding and doing things or whatever." And so I actually said, "Hey, these are the things my team said." And it wasn't that long after that they started looking into it and doing it. So first, the reason I tell you that, for one, is just thanks, Melissa. And number two, we have a voice. We really do. And most companies, you don't. Most companies, they work in the corporate office, they make decisions, they pass them on. I mean, that's what normal jobs are like too, right? Your head boss at your job is not like coming over and saying, "Hey, how do you think we ought to do this?" Right? And so it's something I'm really proud of here, is that not only do they let us say something, they actually listen to it. And then if they can, they figure out a way to implement it. And in this case, that wasn't that long ago. I mean, a month ago or 6 weeks ago, I was in Texas or whatever it was. And here we are already launching this and going for it. We want people to have fun, have a goal. And so, first and foremost, the way that I typically do that, whoops, where did I go? Okay. Actually, that was Oliver calling me. Sorry, buddy. Um, the way that I like to do this, if I have a goal, so you wrote your goal in there, I saw a couple of them. So we have 5,000, 8,200, 7,000, 4,200. Those types of things. You have that goal, but that is just a number. So what I want you to do is to picture yourself. That I literally do this with every trip that I am, like, wanting to work towards. If it's Destination X every year, and people that I talk to regularly know this, I past life have a social work and psychology degree, and I believe that your mind is very connected to your heart, and those two things will make you move. And so what I like to do before every trip, so mine, it happens to be, I'll just use myself an example, the Mediterranean cruise. That was the last trip I took. And I've obviously fallen back some, and that's okay. That happens in every business, no matter what. You're not alone. You're not weird. It's not something you've done. It's normal. And so that's the one I get to go earn again. I mean, hello? Yeah. Okay, cool. I need a lot of points, thousands upon tens of thousands of points. I would tell you, but I can't remember exactly right this minute because, like I said, the points it's not what makes me move. For one, what makes me move is helping every person on our team do it. because I certainly don't want to show up on my trip and be splattering that all over if my team didn't earn their trips. Like that brings me joy. If I get the trip because everybody else got their trip, that's when I really want to go on the trip. Okay. But my trick or my let's call it a biohack because we are the only biohacking company. Picture your trip. If your trip is Sundance, okay, which is what they're going to do for the 10,000 or whatever that the gold manager trip, whatever they're calling all of them. I feel like they all have new names, but that trip that most people are going towards, I literally close my eyes and I mean, this is the dorkiest psychology move ever. Okay. And you're probably like, role play and all that, but I will get in a space in my home that's quiet and distraction free and put my phone somewhere else. And I close my eyes and I literally go on the trip. Okay. And this is what I mean. I will literally close my eyes and I will picture myself getting excited. I don't know if you get excited when you start to pack and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But also, I have all this stuff to do at home. I got to get these lists for my kids, my dogs, and this and that in the house, and who's getting the mail and who's going to water my flowers. Let me tell you, no one waters my flowers as good as me. Every time I come home, there's a dead flower on the front porch because that's the one you actually have to go get the pitcher and do instead of like the hose. Every time. I'm going to buy those fake ones that you see on Instagram, like that supposedly stay lovely because everyone kills my front door plant. But I get one because people come to my front door. I want that to look cute. Okay. So anyway, I'm in my mind and I'm going through the motions of I'm typing up my list. I'm getting my kids arranged. I'm getting all giddy and excited. I'm walking myself to the day where I'm rolling my luggage out and my husband throws it in the back of our car and we get in the car and hug and kiss the kids goodbye. I can feel the hug and how I'm going to miss them. And then we get to the airport and I imagine myself literally handing them my ID. And I mean, I do my all everything on my phone, but scanning my boarding pass and us sitting on the plane and me thinking about how that I'm going to run for the exit row. That's what I do because it has more legroom. And we sit down and I just get all cozied in. I get my favorite headphones on. I turn on my worship music because I have a little fear of flying. And I have a friend whose husband's a pilot and says you only crash on takeoff and landing, never turbulence. So I only panic until we hit about 15,000 feet. And then I'm like, okay, I'm at least going to live until we start to land. And then we'll see if I make it. And so, even if there's bumps, once I get up there and God and I have had a talk about, okay, just get us off the ground and back on the ground. That's all I'm asking. And then I'll turn on my TV show or, whatever else, because now I'm not as stressed or read my book. I literally walk myself through that. I act like in my little vision dream, I pull up the shade because I also sit by the window and I look out and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful here. I don't live anywhere near mountains and I see the little, like snowy peaks of the mountains. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's already refreshing. It feels light. It feels easy. It feels like, oh, this is going to be so rejuvenating to my soul. We land. I picture the guy standing there holding my name on a piece of paper like I'm some sort of celebrity. And like, that's me. The first time that happened, I'm like taking 1,000 pictures of the guy. And I'm sure he's like, I'm just holding a sign to get this girl in a van, but I'm like, I've never had my name on a piece of paper with someone like this at the airport in my life. And then they get us in the car and we get there and just the refreshing air that's different there. And the trees and the bubbling brook and sitting on my deck in the robe and getting in the hot, you get it, right? I am literally on the trip in my mind because that makes me go get it. Because then I'm like, whoa, that's not going to just stay in here. I will make that a reality. I will be on the plane. I will be on, in my cabin. I will be sipping my warm hot chocolate on my back deck because I've experienced it and felt it so much that like I get goosebumps even saying it to you. I'm not going to miss that. 7,000 points means nothing to me. But if I sit down and I take the time and anytime I start, here's my next biohacking tip. This feeling doesn't last. So then you're frustrated or something didn't work out or your new person said they were going to do this or you couldn't get the new person today that you thought you were going to get. And you start to get frustrated. Go back to the chair. Go back and get your blanket and your coffee in the evening and turn off, whatever the news or that show and do it again. Because somebody needs you. It's possible. Either you've already done it or maybe you're just going towards it and now you don't even need as many points, whatever. And just put yourself back there because it's your heart that's going to drive you to do it. Not a number, not people, right? Now, it is simple to do though. So then if you can trust me that really what's going to cause you to move is the feeling and the, taking yourself there. Well, now we do need to work our business. It's a business. And so, if you're not looking at your numbers, you're not really doing it because it's a business. Where are they coming from? How many are coming from customers? Where do you need to get those 7,000, 4,000, 8,000, 12,000 points? Is it from, how many can I get from this team and how many of this team? Can I give you a little hint? My number one is to get everyone I can, obviously, who is in it to win it, which is you guys, because you're here right now. But my number two is brand new people. Because right now, dude, to get in here, you could sell 16 complete launch packs and be on the trip. And that's as a team. Okay? That's not you. That's not your new person. That's 16 people. So if I have a brand new person and I'm like, girl, we are 100% going to kick you off. I mean, I'm going to read this book front to cover and back and take some notes and we're going to do this thing. And you're going to launch and we're going to do it in a system that's simple for you. But really, if we focused on 5 people, and that is related to X5, that is related to getting all your money back, that is related to all sorts of things. Okay? You personally are just going to go out and get 5. We're going to start one at a time. I'm going to help you. You're going to get 5 people who want to also go on this trip. I'm actually talking, don't like try to throw tomatoes at me, way less about these products right now and a whole lot more about this trip and the money. Here's why. I don't know about you, but when I'm scrolling Instagram, I don't stop on the things that I need. Let me say it again. I'm not like enthralled into someone's discussion when they're talking about, I have high cholesterol. Whenever I see stuff, I'm like, I probably need that. Okay. It's a hereditary thing. My mother is tiny, skinny. We all have it. I can't do anything about it. I don't eat a lot of fat. See you later. Do I need it? Yes. Does that motivate me or make me stop in my tracks? No. Do you know what does? The things I want. So now bring that to singular. Do people need our products? This is not a hard question. Yes. Do they know that they want them? Probably not. Without us explaining it, which we do. I mean, I'm not telling you not to post about your gut glow or your probiotic and tell them, and tell them benefits and why you love it. Because then that need might, or excuse me, yeah, that need might become a want to someone, right? But how many people will stop their scroll if I'm like, you want to go on a free trip with your favorite plus one? Because I have the easiest way and nobody else is doing it. You guys, and you're going to get some freaking great stuff in the meantime. But like, I want to help you go on a free trip. Here's where I've been, here's what it felt like. Guess what? That thing I do when I sit and visualize it, I paint that picture for people too. I don't just post the picture up there. I talk about it just like I did with you. You're going to sit on that seat. You're going to get in there. And you're like, I am in this plane for free. And I brought someone, like, who am I? And I just do that when I'm talking to people because then I bring them into the visualization of what it is, right? Well, I just totally lost my train of thought. Hold on, where are we going to come back to it? Someone help me. Right before I said I'm taking him to the visual place, what the heck did I say?
You said
Anybody
you
can
were
do this.
you said you were bringing them back because you said you wanted to post about the trip and not just what they need.
Thank
And
you. Praise you. Thank you. I was like, yes. So when you get on social media, you talk about the trip, you bring them in for that. You get them seeing that, oh my gosh, I'm just going to help you get a few friends who also want to go on this trip with you. Who are your favorite friends that you'd like to travel and you could all go for free? And I'm talking transportation, your room, your food, all these things. Let's pick your people and I'm going to help you do that. Now, one, we have that Zoom that we're doing every Tuesday night now that breaks this down. And if you haven't been on one of them, do it. Every Tuesday night, we have a graphic and the link, and people are on there explaining it. So if I help my person find 4 or 5, even 6, if they do 4, they've got their money back off their complete lunch pack already. If they do 5, they add X5, obviously extra income. If they do 6, it's like 3,000 some odd dollars. They've made a bunch of money. Now, I want them to multiply this, not work their butt off so hard that they're trying to get all 16. Hey, if you know 16, let's go, right? But what is even more powerful is if now we take some of your 4, 5, and 6 people that you got because they want to travel too and they bought the complete launch pack, and I'll tell you here in 2 seconds why, then let's go help them find their people. Because and if you're 4, each go find 4, you're over 16, your butt's on a plane, you're about to go to the mountains, put on the cutest little outfit and tromp yourself out there and get on that ski lift, whether it's in the summertime, in the fall, in the winter, in the spring. It's beautiful. I've been there every season, and every one of them is worth going. And so that's the way you do it. Let's talk about that because it's what people want. If somebody's like, "Oh, I'd love to travel and I haven't been able to do that." Oh, I would love to take my best friend, sister, husband, mom, whoever, whatever. And oh, that's kind of intriguing, People are going to be sucked more into that than they are, here is my gut glow. And today I'm going to show you what these 3 products are and I'm going to mix them. And hey, that's great too. Do it because I love the gut glow. I haven't missed one in years, a couple years, however long it's been out. But that is the key is getting into people are motivated by what they want, not what they need. So if you feel like, man, I can't seem to get any traction, I don't know why. Maybe we're focusing on too many things about what people need. Let's get into what turns them. Nope, I'm not going to say it like that. What lights their fire, right? Like what ignites that excitement and passion in them that's like, oh, maybe I could do this. And then I do tell them, listen, spoiler alert, you're about to get the best products. You're going to feel amazing. But we're focusing on getting people for this. Okay, why the complete lunch pack? Because it is built for business. And these people come in for business and travel. Again, don't focus too hard on the products, even though they're amazing. And you will tell them and they will use them and they will fall in love with them. So please don't hang up from here thinking I don't love our products. What I'm saying is they're here because of the trip and the business. And the clearest, easiest, simplest, fastest, most amazing system that they could do is the complete lunch pack. It gives them samples. It gives them a free conference ticket because they're in the business. It actually gets them what, 1/4 of the way or something to the next destination X trip. So they earn this trip. Now already they can go for this trip and they'll probably earn it based on what they do with their 4 and 6 people, right? So you're actually, I don't confuse people by saying, oh my gosh, there's a couple trips here. We're going to focus on the thing. But I do tell them, I mean, you just wait till you earn that one and you're already going to be more than halfway to the other one. And we travel here for free. This is what we are, biohacking travel. This is the best travel program you're ever going to find in the whole wide world. And when I go on a vacation with my family, my husband researches to the nines. I literally have too much ADHD for that. I'm like, I don't even care. Just book it. I don't care. I don't care. There's 73 houses to look at. Pick one, please. He gets the best deals. He finds the right days to do all the things, all of that. We don't have to do that here. They roll out the red carpet. They plan it all. I just show up with the outfits, too many outfits, right? And the wrong shoes. First time I went to Sundance, I had all the cute stuff and whoa, whoops, this has lots of rocky, unstable. Probably should have just packed my flat shoes, but I was all about all the cute shoes. And, everything is more than what we would have done. That's just how it is here. More than I would have planned. We go on the best excursions. We do the best things with Zingular. So, okay. It seems frozen. Somebody tell me if I'm still here. Oh, there we are. Could you guys hear me that whole time? Okay. It like everybody froze and I was like, uh-oh, is it me? So they don't just take you on the trip, they do all the extras. They go to the fancier restaurant and they take you on all the activities. And I mean, with my kids, I'm like, pick one. Like we're in the thing looking, I'm like, guys, you're gonna have to agree and you're gonna pick one. This stuff is expensive. So it's not just a normal trip. So you paint those pictures for people. And then the complete launch pack is such a simple system and a way to get there. So 4, you have all your money back. 5, you got X5 and made some money. 6, you're like at a whole nother level. They go over this on the Zoom. And we also have the Zooms recorded. So if somebody doesn't want to wait till the next Tuesday, just say, hey, we do this every week. I don't want you to have to wait. Let me just go ahead and send you this. And how about, can you watch it today? And I'll follow up with you tonight. Create urgency. You want to get them while they're excited, right? And then you follow up with them and ask them, hey, are you ready to do this? I can already see it for you. We can get your list going. I'm going to help you do it. You're going to get that trip. You're going to go with your friends. So it's really seriously that simple. And all the products in there are great, right? And if you know exactly how many kits you need to get to it, so whatever your number is, maybe figure out how many complete lunch packs, because it might be obviously different than for the new person whose team needs to get a total of 16. You might have less, you might have more. If you can do it by doing some yourself and then helping those people get some, it's so much more rewarding to help somebody else be doing the same thing, right? Like that's more fun to me than just me doing it for whatever reason. So, um, I mean, I don't even know, you guys. I don't know if you have any guesstimates, but some of these trips, if we took them ourselves, I don't even know how much that would cost. Do you know what I mean? Like all those little things that we kind of just start taking for granted when you've been on a few singular trips and you just show up with the backpack and the suitcase and they're doing all these extra things and the fancy dinners and your name tags and your little gifts and like it's crazy. So, just a couple more things and then I will jump off or I'll stop talking. Another thing I like to do besides just visualizing it and doing that again if I'm getting frustrated is create a collage on Pick Collage or yeah, they don't fly Spirit. We are on Delta, okay? They don't do that. I know I'm like a Southwest girl because in my town, like that's probably one of the better ones. And I'm always like, oh, you're paying for it? Can I go? Can we go on Delta maybe? Like, can I get an assigned seat that's nice and cushy and not be running for that one seat I know in Southwest? I can always tell the people who fly a lot and don't. I'm like, are they in front of me? Because if not, I am so getting that seat with lots of leg room because they just don't know what they don't know. Um, I like to make a collage of either myself on the trip if I'm going to have my own self on the Mediterranean collage I'm making, right? Because I've been there. But if you've never been to this one, then you get pictures wherever. Pinterest, you can type in Sundance, Utah, Google pictures, whatever. Find something that makes you feel like you can smell that fresh mountain air and hear that bubbling brook and see yourself sitting on the deck in the robe or whatever makes you feel just so warm and fuzzy and put that together and make it your screensaver. If you don't want to do that because your grandbaby's so cute and you think your grandbaby needs to be your screensaver and so you can't possibly take his cute little 1-year old face off of your phone, I mean, just maybe, then you put it on a board. Your backpack. Absolutely. Yes. Isn't that a freaking awesome backpack? I love that, Heidi. Like, that is the bag I still take everywhere I go because I love it. And I mean, the first trip I got that on was like 14 years ago, and I'm still toting that particular bag with me. um, then do it on, your fridge or do it in a wall that you see every day. Like I sit at this desk, and I'm sure you know that because you've probably all seen this background 1,000 times if you've ever seen me talking on anything, because this is where I go. I have a little cute frame that has like chicken wire behind it, and I clip stuff up there. And then as I do it, I can take that down and say, that's not on a vision board, that's my reality. I can take that off of there. So find a place to take that same feeling that you sat and got, find picture forms of it, and then put it somewhere. Screensaver, fridge, your bathroom mirror, because surely you're brushing your teeth every day. So you look in that mirror every day. Somewhere you are going to stare at it every single day because you cannot get somewhere that you do not see. You can't. If you've never been somewhere and somebody doesn't give you directions, you're not going to be able to get, or you can't get the directions anywhere. You cannot get somewhere you cannot see. Right? Okay, what else do I have for you? A countdown. I love me some countdowns. Everybody knows for Destination X, I am like sticky notes on the wall. And every time I get 5 points, I love yanking that off. It's like a visual, like, amen, look what we're doing. And if it's, requires a certain amount of people that you're helping get there, then that's a different color sticky note. So, I mean, have a countdown of some sort. The next thing I would say, which I think Jan and Melissa, if they haven't already, maybe have plans for this, but like you'll have an accountability partner. That'll change everything. If you have one other person that you're like, hey, we're going to check, we're going to get on the phone and we're going to do these things. We're going to always be positive, even if it's okay to say what's going on. Man, I am not making the progress I thought. Then get immediately into productivity, not complaining. It's okay to say where I'm at, but then I need to make it productive, right? So be positive, be productive, and then cheer each other on. Share each with each other. What are you doing? What am I doing? What could we be doing? Ooh, that's a good idea. I mean, it's crazy when you put your mind in with someone else. That collaboration is magnetic and it multiplies things too. Because I'll just be sitting and talking to Jan and Melissa, and then all of a sudden we'll have an idea. And the fact that all three of us are like ping, 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 it becomes 10 times better than it would have been if I sat in my office alone and tried to come up with something, right? So you and your accountability partner do that. If you've been on any trip with Singular or even a conference, or maybe your leader has and you haven't yet, paint the picture. So if the first thing if you've never been on a trip and you've never been to a conference, you've never been around our community, get on the phone with your leader and have them tell you their story of going on a trip so that you can at least feel it and then share that. Because when you paint the picture for other people, you invite them to it, just like you do when you get in that chair and visualize it for yourself. So um, I would also cheer on and do a countdown for your people, obviously. If somebody's close, if somebody's working on it, right? Then shout them out every step of the way. All the little recognition, all the little shout outs, all those little things matter. They matter to me. I'm sure they matter to you. It feels good that someone sees it. So do it. It's my job to do it for my people. And like it's Jan's job to do it for hers, and it's Heidi's job to do it for hers, and Kelly's for hers, and Karen for her. And you know what I mean? Like, do it. Give them a voice message and put it out publicly. Because that also just like, what do you call that? Like builds those blocks on, okay, I'm a step closer. I got this. It builds their believing in themselves. I couldn't think of the word, but whatever, builds their belief in that. So that is a huge benefit of it. So does anyone have any questions other than why in the heck were you late? And yeah, anything about, I don't even know if I've done that before. I mean, you guys are so blessed. Like, I'm not positive I've ever done that. Maybe I have. I just put it out of my mind if I have. So, my deepest apologies. My word, that is not how you show up for people. And so, I am sorry. I don't even have an excuse. So, anyways, does anyone have any thoughts, questions, anything that like I didn't answer, or then Jan, Greg, Melissa, anything else you guys wanted to share
I'm just
before?
going to tell you, it makes me feel a whole lot better about myself because you're the most organized person in the entire world. And for you, just to know you're not perfect, it makes me very happy.
If you would have just said that in the kitchen where my two children and husband are, they would have lost it on the you're not perfect. They would have many, many, many examples ready on the tip of their tongue. But holy smoke, I don't usually do that. I usually am very regimented. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Anyways,
I think I'm pretty funny myself.
lost a year of my life, but it's okay. I will longevity biohack myself right back into it.
Well, you know what? We've been here for 7 years and you've never done that ever. So there's a first time for everything, right?
Let's make it another 7 before it ever happened
Right.
again.
But I think just, like um, drawing on other people's experiences too, especially if you've been on one of these trips and you start to share some of the things. But when you're talking about the Mediterranean, we haven't been on that. But when you start talking about it, we can visualize ourselves on that trip. And I can tell you, you keep hearing things about vision boards, and we finally did it a year ago, and the things that we're taking off the vision board because of that, so getting that up, but then constantly talking about it. And I remember, Greg would put music on for the wherever we were, whatever trip we were going for. He would put music on every morning that would start our day with what was, what we we're going after, and then having it up on our whiteboard so we see it all the time, and having the countdowns and knowing, and so that's super, super important.
Yeah. For those of you who know and love my Jesus, his word never returns void. And he talks about you can speak his words back to him. And he has never once not shown up on time. And he has never, ever not done what he said he would do. And so when you say his words back, he has a good plan for you. He has put things and gifts inside of you. And so if you just say it long enough, like I'm going to receive this blessing and I'm in complete gratitude for this company and the people in it and the friends that I have and the support and, this and that, like it literally becomes. I love that. I remember you guys telling me that for Panama, I think that every morning there was that song that you would play. And that's just like, truly putting yourself, it's almost like it just can't not happen once you actually just, you're in gratitude means you're already claiming the things that haven't even happened. You're just thanking him in advance that, you know what, Lord, you're going to bring me 4 new people. Every one of us should be like a new person, you guys. We should all be out there finding 4 new people because that is where energy is, right? Like, new people are really, really sweet. Like, I have a new person in my family and I'm so obsessed with him. It's like if I go very long without seeing his face, I feel like I'm missing out. New people are precious. New people just have the energy exuding from them, glitter in their eyeballs, right? And so that's the people that I truly am going for right now. Is like, let me be that person who goes out and find 4 new ones, 5 new ones, 6 new ones, and then let me help them go do it. And like the reward for that is so much greater than just like you getting your trip. Now you've got 6 people going on the trip, and it's because you had a method, you had a system, you believed with them, and they went and did it. So I love the song thing. I need to find me some Grecian music, something Italian. My daughter will be like, ugh, I hate eating Italian food. Every night for dinner, I should turn on That's Amore. Because let me tell you, the food in Rome, I do not even know how to explain it. You've never put anything in your mouth so fresh. The pizza is like, there's no such thing as pizza here. You've never even tasted pizza, you guys, unless you've been there in Italy. And their crust and every ingredient. Oh, I mean, the first day I was like, what is it? I felt like I was like, what is this? Where are we? Am I in an alternate world? Like, do you guys feel like the cheese is different? And they're all like, Lacey, you're weird. But I'm like, no, I'm so serious. Like this crust is just, I've never tasted anything like this. So Panera tries, but no bueno. Okay. Any other thoughts, questions? I know you're all going to do it. You just got to decide it when you hang up, go get in your chair, visualize whatever your trip is, and then you decide and start playing your music every morning.
And start talking about the business. You're not going to find business partners if you do not talk about the business. I told somebody this morning, I think it was, I told Nancy yesterday to put on her granny panties and get outside your comfort zone because I don't call them big girl panties anymore because I'm past that point. So get your granny panties on, get outside your comfort zone and do something that steers you. Talk that, it's not about you. It's about the person who needs this. So
If you do not share it with someone, they will not get this blessing. You're literally someone's answer. And that's true because whoever told you didn't decide I'm too scared or gosh, no, I wouldn't talk to her. So you're someone's answer. Thank you guys so much for letting me jump on here.
As they say in Hawaii, thank you, mahali sister.
Yes, and amen.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate all of you. I know you guys are going to do it. It's going to be amazing. And you're going to look back on this and be like, yes, I did. There's no greater feeling than saying, nothing will keep me from what God has for me. And specifically, it's almost always ourself. I mean, the truth is. So, all right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Forget all about the first 15 minutes. We will never speak of this again.
We're good.
I'm so sorry, y'all, but
Thank
so
you.
glad. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Cooking with that